Hello, and welcome to the Lawrenceburg Library's Teen Takeout Craft, Take, and Make Kit. I'm Kathy, the Teen Services Specialist here at the library, and this is our second week of crafts for teens only. This week, we have a box that will give you everything you need to make a wonderful CD yarn craft. All right, let's open it and see what's inside. First of all, and most importantly, are the directions. Now, I'm not a direction reader, but for this craft, you're going to want to read the directions all the way through before you start your craft so you don't accidentally make any mistakes. It's really important. Also, you'll find this in here. We're talking about weaving, and this is a template for a loom that you can make at home out of cardboard, and it gives you everything that you need to know to make that on your own. I don't have the supplies for this in the kit, just for the CD woven yarn art. All right, so inside the box, you'll have 2 CDs. You only need one to use for each project, so I think you should have enough yarn to do 2 projects at least. You'll find white yarn, and the white yarn is for making the spokes or the warp on the CD, and I'll get to that later, what that is. And then you should have 2 different sets of yarn in differing colors. So you only need 1 set to make 1 CD, and if you decide to do a second one, you'll have a second set of yarn as well. Or if you don't like the ones that we've put in, you can choose yarn that you might have at home that you like together. And that is all you need. Oh, I lied. You'll also have one of these. It's a needle. It's just a piece of plastic with a hole through it. And you'll also need a pair of scissors. Now, I haven't included the scissors. You should have those at home. If not, come see me and we'll borrow them. All right, so I'm going to put all this back in the box and go through it step by step on what you need to do. The first thing you need to do is the warp, and those are the spokes that you use for weaving in and out. So you take your CD, you take about 4 to 6 feet of white yarn, and then you thread the white yarn through the hole in the needle, and if you want to, you can tie it at the end. I do, just so it doesn't slip off. So when you work on the CD, you want to do everything on the back, and the back for this is going to be the colored side where the writing is. This is going to be the side that's going to be up. It'll be the front of it where your weaving goes. So you want to start with the back, push your yarn through, tie a knot pretty tightly, and then leave a little tail at the end because that's where you're going to want to tie off when you're finished with doing the warp. Then what you're going to do is take this and thread it through. Oh, see, my needle's too fat, so you may have to trim your needle too, because you want it to be thin enough that it goes through the hole in the CD. So from the back, you're going to come out to the front. Remember, the shiny part is the front, making sure that the knot stays in the back, and you're going to come out, come out from the back, bring it through the hole to the front, as many times as you want to. Now, this is called the warp. It's going to be stationary, and you're going to be weaving in and out of this. The most important thing to remember is that you need an odd number of these. So I'm not going to do it all the way, but I think the minimum is about 11, and the maximum may be as many as 25, depending on how intricate you want your weaving to be. So you just go in and out until you get at least 11 of these loops on here, keeping them really tight. This is the sample that I did. They're 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This one has 13. And when I did the weaving, or when I put the warp in, I made sure that I did them in sets of 2. So when I looked at it, I could tell that it's an odd number. And then what you'll do is you'll pull these apart to make them evenly spaced. And then you're ready to start your weaving. This one I've started. When you choose which of the 3 yarns you want to use first, there are differing lengths. There are about 20 feet of one color, 15 feet of one color, and 5 feet of another color. So see how long you have for each of the 3 kinds of yarn that you have and decide which one you want to do first. Let me show you what the end product looks like so you have an idea. So this is the one that I was working on. I had 5 feet of this. It's kind of a white and green and pink fuzzy yarn. This is really fuzzy pink yarn. I had 15 feet of that, and I had 20 feet of the thin green. So it just depends on what yarn you get and what you want to do and how you want to make it look. So the first thing you do with your first yarn is to tie a knot. Tie it to one of these spokes in the back, and then push it through the center. Once you get it to the center, you're going to weave in and out every other one of these spokes. So I've got this started, but I'm going to go over this first one and under the second one. And then pull. Don't pull it too tight. You'll be able to get a feel for it once you start, how much tension you want. So over the next one, under the next one, over, under, over, and under. So you can do more than 1 or 2 at a time as long as you keep alternating over and under and pulling it through. So for the thick one, I did it pretty tight. For the thinner one, this green, it needed to be fairly loose, just so it would lay flat. But you'll figure that out as you go through it. So then when it comes time to change colors, what you want to do is keep it on the right side. You want to find the end of your next color and tie these 2 together. In a double knot. Then I trim them off, and as I continue to weave in and out and go around and around, I tucked the knot end down underneath. You may have to use your scissors or your needle underneath the weaving, so it's hidden. And then you weave around and around until you get the second level of yarn done, and then go ahead and tie another knot and add your 3rd string. At this point, I stopped, but you don't have to stop. If you have enough yarn, you could do a different color around the edge, or you can keep going with the green or whatever color you have, or you could take permanent markers and you could decorate what's shining. When you're finished, you just tie it off and tuck it under. Then when you've finished your project, I want you to show us. Take a picture of it, put it on Instagram, and tag us at Lawrenceburg Library. Now these are some books that you might find interesting if you want to do more art projects with recycled objects. This book is called Craft Cycle. We have it here at the library. All of these we have at the library. This one is Recycle. I especially like this. It's called Trash to Treasure. This one is called Make It Pop. Pop art that you can make with recycled materials. If you are a duct tape fan, this whole book is all about duct tape crafts. It's called Stick It. And then finally, if you want to do more weaving, we have books like this, which is called Weaving Made Easy. And there are also a lot of resources online. When you pick up your craft kit, you'll also be able to pick up a bookmark that will have these books and other resources on it. And if you have any questions, you can always give me a call here at the library. Thanks for watching. Good luck with your CD art, and I can't wait to see what you've done. Goodbye.